Hi guys, this is my Fear the Walking Dead episode 4 review. In this one we get to see where the military is taking everyone. In the promo from last episode we saw that people were being taken to a hospital type of place. Nick and Doug were taken to a detention center. I guess they keep them there if they're suspicious. They don't want incidents basically. So that's why they were there. Actually, in the beginning of the episode, we see a new guy with a black suit that is, I don't know why he's there, but he's there with Nick, and he actually gets Doug to cry about what's going on with his wife and everything, and they take Doug because of that. So I guess he was annoyed. After that, we find out that Nick is with him, and by the end of the episode, they actually try to take him too, but this part is really smart. The new guy with the suits, he actually bribes an officer, and he basically tells them that he'll take care of Nick and that don't worry about him. He gives him a watch and a cufflink. So he's smart because he knows that the world has ended, and the officer still believes that the world is the same, so he thinks that the cufflink and watch are actually worth something, but they're not. And the guy with the suit has leverage on him. He's either going to be I think he's going towards a bad guy type of character, because he tells Nick that the reason he saves Nick is that he needs him to be with him. He has skills that he needs, and he actually ends up stealing the key somehow. He shows Nick that he has the key, and he says move when it's the right. So he's gonna wait, and then I think next episode they'll escape. So at this point, I could say that Nick is gonna survive, definitely. The next thing is Ophelia. She's mad. She's banging on the gate. Basically, there's two sections: the community over here. There's a gate right here, and then the military on the other side. They take care of that area. She's banging on the gate because obviously they took her mom, so she's mad about that. And then an officer, since she's causing trouble, she's telling all the community that you may be next and all that stuff. And then since she's causing problems, okay, I may butcher these rankings, okay? So I'm not sure how the rankings go, but I think it's this lieutenant is the guy in charge. He tells the sergeant to take care of that. Then Ophelia's boyfriend, I'm not sure what his name is, cuts in and tells him that he'll take care of it. Then eventually the sergeant agrees, and basically he takes her home, but it's a trap because they tie him up. Daniel ties him up to get answers of what's going on. He actually tortures him. He cuts his arm up and everything, and then by the end of the episode, he actually comes out with a bowl full of blood. So he is torturing him and everything, cutting his arm up. He starts with like the outer skin, he says, and then he's going to deeper and deeper into the veins. So he finally gets the answer. One of the things that we were wondering is what does the word cobalt mean? We finally got that answer. It actually means evacuation for all the soldiers, so all the military personnel will evacuate. Travis and Madison were happy about that because they thought they were going to go too, but he explains that it's only for the military, the soldiers. When things get too bad, they're going to evacuate. There's a protocol in place that basically before they evacuate, they all have to put down everyone humanely. That's what they say, but that's their plan, to put down everyone. The next thing is we cut to Alicia and Chris. They're really bored this episode. They have nothing to do, I guess. They can't find anything to do at all because Chris is actually lying down on top of a car, just looking up, I guess. And then Alicia just takes a bike and starts riding all over the place. And after that, they go to a house. They dress up. Alicia has like a dress, and Chris puts on a suit. They actually start trashing everything in the house. So that's really funny, I guess. We then cut to Travis. He's talking to the lieutenant again, and he basically wants to know where they took their people, and the lieutenant thinks it's a threat because he's saying that you don't have to worry about me, you have to worry about the community, because if they don't get answers or they don't know what's going on, they're going to cause more problems. They won't be able to control the community. So eventually Travis gets the lieutenant to take him with him to see Nick and Griselda, Daniel's wife. And on the way there, they encounter a walker in a shop, and they stop and they basically try to make Travis shoot her, but he can't. Basically, he really tries and he can't. He says he can't do this. After that, the lieutenant shoots it, and then they move on. And on the radio they hear that there's trouble at a building. They need backup, and then they go there. And the sergeant tells Travis to stay in the car no matter what. After that, they go in, and the radio, you can hear what's going on. The only thing I didn't like about this episode is that they didn't show us what was going on there. They just did it like in a different way. They just they basically said what was going on in the radio, so that's how we got what was going on. But I guess Greg Nicotero is too busy for the main show right now. He's busy with that, so what I think is going on this season is that the reason we're not getting enough zombies is because he's too busy to do them. So that's going to be trouble later on if he can't do it, because this episode we actually see that there's 2,000 zombies in a stadium. They mentioned that. That's another thing that Daniel tortures the soldier about. Where's all the people? And we finally find out that that's why we haven't seen enough zombies. They're in a stadium, and I don't think that's the whole city. I think it's just the section. Remember, there's 12 sections in the city that each pieces of the military are taking care of each section. So I think that those 2,000 people are just a section for that military. Okay, so they go into that building, and basically they say there's too many of them. They're being overwhelmed, and by the end of that, there's only 2 people that come out. There's the sergeant, and then there's another guy that comes out, and then he just tells Travis that they're done with this. They're gonna go back to their families, basically, and the lieutenant is gone. I think he got eaten because he didn't come out with them. And either he's going to survive for the next episode, or I'm wondering what's going to happen with that. The next thing is Liza. She's in a hospital where she was taken last episode. She's stitching somebody up. There's a lot of sick people, and not infected people, sick people that need help. But by the end of that episode, we actually get that Liza finally finds out that everyone turns, no matter what. The doctor tells her that, and we finally get somebody that knows what's going on. Griselda dies this episode. She gets her foot amputated, and I guess she gets like an infection or something because she has like brain swelling. That's what they say. And then she dies. And then after that, Liza is actually the one that has to put her down with a, I think it's a nail gun or a pressure gun. I'm not quite sure. Before... Well, Daniel is torturing the soldier. Madison was looking for them and looking for Alicia. She's looking for Alicia. As she's looking for her, she finds that Daniel is torturing the soldier, but I guess she's kind of numb to the violence at this point, or maybe something in her past happened that she's used to this kind of violence, and she kind of accepts what Daniel is doing as long as she doesn't know. I guess she's okay with it. And Ophelia doesn't actually know what her dad is actually doing, because Daniel just told her that he was going to tie him up and then just ask questions to see what's going on, but he never told her that he was going to torture him. And she runs out of the house because she's upset because of her dad. He's torturing this guy. Then Daniel tells Madison that sometimes torture is necessary to get what he needs to survive. So I think that sometimes, well, I wouldn't go that far, but for him, he believes that sometimes it is necessary for him to do whatever it takes to survive. So I don't think they're going to kill him off this season, because he is one of the smartest characters, one of the characters that is willing to do whatever it takes to survive. Right now, Travis is the weak one because he still can't shoot a zombie. I think he's going to have to by the end of the season, or else he's going to die. It has to go one way or the other. The actor is pretty good, so I don't think they're going to kill him. But the character, he has to change really drastically. Madison is already changed. The final thing I want to say is that, like I said before, there's 2,000 zombies in the stadium, and by the end of the episode, we see that the soldiers are leaving. Remember I said Cabolt means evacuation? So they're getting ready to leave. They're actually going to leave at 9 in the morning the next day. So Chris and Alicia actually think that the soldiers are on patrol, so they hide from them for a moment. Then they realize that something is wrong because they're leaving. So I'm wondering what's going to happen with that. I think the group either has to leave, which I don't think is going to happen at this point because they have a cage. Basically, they're in a cage right now. So the safest place for them right now is inside the community. But there is going to be, I think the 2,000 zombies have to be released next episode. From the promo, that's what we see, that there's Daniel actually goes to the stadium at the end of this episode to see what's going on. I think he's going to release all the zombies. That's what somehow I think he's going to release them all just to get revenge on the military. I'm also interested to see what's going to happen when Daniel finds out about his wife, that she died. And eventually, I think he has to find out that Liza was the one who put her down, but I don't think he's going to really care how it happened. I think he's just going to blame her, and something's going to happen there. In the promo from next episode, we actually see that the military is attempting to leave. The doctor from a few episodes ago that took Nick, she actually wants Liza to come with her, but Liza points out that they didn't give him Chris. She wanted Chris with her, and she's actually deciding if she wants to go. I don't think she's gonna go. At this point, she knows a lot about medicine, so any group that has that type of person with them will be very useful in the zombie apocalypse. That's all I want to say for this video. My score for this is an 8.0 out of 10. Definitely a good episode, not great. I think the end of this season, we have to see something big, because I've noticed that the ratings have declined every episode. The first episode had 10 million, second episode 8 million, third episode 7 million, fourth episode 6 million. So this episode will probably have 5 million. So we have to see something big for next episode, or else the show's probably not going to last very long at this rate. They're not using the same formula that The Walking Dead is using. This show is like all over the place right now. It's that drama. We're not really seeing zombies. We're seeing not really that much character development. Nothing big is happening. That's what I'm saying. I also left links in the description for my older videos. I have been behind for my videos lately, but my next video will be either the Gotham episode 2 review, or my Dragon Ball Super episode 12 review. See you guys next time, and thanks for watching.